Hello, welcome to Consciously Healthy. I'm Claire.
I'm Laura.
And today we're going to talk about, it's going to have a little discussion really, around how to process and cope with frustrations, limitations, blocks, obstacles in our lives when they creep up.
Why, Claire, are we doing this subject this week?
Well, we could say, why are we doing it this year? Meaning basically the last 3 years.
Is it because we are dealing with some frustrations?
Just 1 or 300.
Oh.
So, how are we dealing with it and not driving ourselves into a concrete block, or developing a drink habit, or...
Okay, we'll take it in turns. You go first. What's your first tip with dealing frustration?
Okay. What I like to do is hide under a pillow and wait for it all to go away. No, that's not, because I am an adult. I do a little bit. Have a little bit of a cry. No, I am such a big believer that everything happens for a reason, and that ultimately everything happens for the greater good. So it might be a bumpy transition, and I might need to be strapping in that seatbelt because, man, I'm on a roller coaster right now. But the ride's going to come to an end and the view will be rosier. Tough this week though.
Oh, wow, it is. And it helps trusting, just trusting. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. The thing that goes round and round in my head is that it will change. It will not stay like this forever. This too will change.
And wasn't it Julian of Norfolk, was it, who said, and all shall be well and all manner of things shall be well, which I think is quite good wisdom. It will be okay. Ultimately,
we'll figure this out.
There may be, your pride may take a knock, your ego may take a knock, but ultimately it will be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's that kind of surrender, trust, I hate to use the word faith, but a kind of faith that we're going to get through it.
Yeah. In the meantime, I like to...
Moan.
No. Cry, hide in a corner. No. Actually, yeah. I think that might be one of my tips, is that I get more frustrated if I don't allow myself to feel it and process it. If I try and rationalize it.
Yeah.
I like to have a really good moan, have a good scream, get my bat out, hit my cushions. It's always this feeling of get it out. Yeah. I'll feel better if I get it out.
Yeah. I'm more of an internalizer, so I do actually hide underneath my pillow, but I find that that's a good process for me. I get an opportunity to kind of just blank the world out, go really deeply within and reconnect to myself. So you reconnect externally
by making a noise,
beating the crap out of a cushion, usually not the one that I'm trying to hide under.
Yes, top tip number 1. Don't hit cushion when best friend is underneath it.
Yeah. And actually a tip that I have is to reach out. There is deep power in vulnerability and honesty. And, we are very blessed that we have a great friendship, but most people have, great friends. Reach out to people that you can get support with, and yeah, sometimes it can feel really vulnerable. We have a little bit of a thing that if it feels too vulnerable to kind of express, or we're feeling too delicate or fragile, we say, don't look at me.
I'm just going to tell you this thing, but don't look at me.
I'm just going to tell you this thing and don't look at me. That really works for us. But, find your way of communicating that you feel really vulnerable and fragile, but you still want to be able to stay connected and share.
And what I want to add to that is that frustration can come anger. So try and avoid screaming at people in your life.
Just the cushions.
Yeah. Get it out. I mean, to be witnessed getting it out can really, really help. But directing at someone does not help.
Yeah. And actually it was really interesting because I had some horrific news a few days back. And we'd already arranged to go out with some people, and it would have been so socially acceptable for me to say, I'm going to have a big glass of wine. I'm going to, it would have been so acceptable for me to just drink on that emotion. And actually I just went, I'm not even going to engage with the alcohol. And I'm not saying that that's the way to deal with it for everyone, but it felt really important for me to go, actually, I'm okay being out. I was really honest with the people that we were with, and I don't even know them that well, and just said, it's been a really tough day. I'm not in the best place, but we actually had, quite a lot of laughter and just kind of cracked on. But I didn't engage with the alcohol because I didn't engage with overeating or eating food that would ultimately cause me to feel really, really bad, or by bad I mean like genuinely not feel healthy. I was like, no, I don't need to go down that pathway. Actually, I just need to sit with this.
Mm-hmm. And it can really help with sitting with it, because sometimes what we think is what is frustrating us is not actually the root cause of what is frustrating us.
Oh, that's in the Course of Miracles.
What's it say?
It's, I'm not feeling the way I'm feeling for the reasons I think.
Yeah, so I mean that would be a tip.
So I'm not angry for the reasons I think.
When you're feeling frustration, if you can say to yourself, I'm not feeling frustration for the reasons that I think, can actually crack open what is really going on.
Yeah.
So, and then you're able to deal with what is the frustration really about.
Yeah. Instead of the drinking on it, that I've had a bad week, I'm going to drink on it, I'm going to eat on it, I'm going to shop on it, I'm going to, whatever it is, that mechanism that we go to numb ourselves, actually really learning to be with it is so liberating. Because then, for example, the next day I was able to get up and go, okay, it's a different day, let's just move on. And actually genuinely had a great day the next day. So it's like we're able to work more fluidly with how we feel, and it's more real.
I know if a frustration sticks around for a few days, I usually haven't been able to get to the nub of it. So that's usually a good indicator for me that I need to sit with it and process it and really, really delve into, okay, where's this frustration coming from? Because it ain't shifting.
Yeah, but genuinely being very optimistic, actually, that we have the resources ourselves to be able to get through this, that we have resilience, that we have skills and tools and optimism and belief that actually it's okay.
We're going to figure it out.
And my favourite quote of the day, which is from Eddie Izzard, which is, "Get down, boys, it's just an air raid."
And that's where we are.
Or as my grandmother said, worst things happen at sea.
Oh, my dad says that.
So there we go.
It will figure itself out. It really will.
It really will. So that's us.
Dealing with frustration.
Dealing with frustration, and looking forward to seeing you next time.